Yeah, so hello. So I'm sharing my screen now. We're just going to talk about the things that you should make sure you carry, the things that you should make sure you have, especially when you are traveling. Now, as an F1 visa holder and you're coming to the USA, okay, the things that you should carry, the thing that you should say, you know what, I have these things and I'm carrying them right now. I'm going with them to the USA. These are the things that you should actually carry. Um, and you should make sure that you have them. So in terms of documentation, um, as you can see on my presentation, you must make sure that you do have your passport, with your F1 visa, um, you should have your I-20 form, a signed copy of your I-20 form all the time with you. Your I-20 usually comes via your portal or your email. So you print it out. We print it out, you sign it. Make sure you sign it with a black ink. And as you sign it with a black ink, it is going to become valid once you sign it, right? If you don't sign it, that's not considered to be valid. All right. Yeah. Yeah, welcome to the chat. Welcome if you're on Facebook, welcome if you're on YouTube, wherever you are. Just take other people so that they can come to this presentation that I'm going to be making right now. Um, so make sure you invite others, right? And make sure to ask your questions, anything about F1 visa. F1 visa is the visa that you are given when you are coming to the United States of America as a student. So anything that you want to ask about coming to the United States as a student, I can help you. I traveled this journey at some point in time. I also did came to the USA as a student at some point in time. So I was a student coming to the USA also, so I can answer some of your questions today. So yeah, invite other people, be prepared to ask questions as we move forward. Okay. Yeah, so I was saying this is the document that you need. You need your passport, you need your I-20 form, make sure it's signed. You will need your admission letter from the school, your service payment receipt, proof of financial support. If you are on a scholarship, if you have got loans, if you've got a bank statement from your parents or a relative that you show you used at the embassy or to get an I-20, make sure you have that letter, that bank statement with you, always ready to show anyone might ask about it. And then if you do, then you need your academic transcripts and your certificates of your undergrad, right? You have it in the folder. And then if any vaccinations, the MMR is the most common one that you should be vaccinated with, proof of that vaccination, the vaccination record, you need it. Just keep it, make sure you have it. So these are some of the basic documents that you always have to carry on you, with you, on the carry, on either your handbag or your carry-on luggage, right? Something that you're moving with all the time at the airport and in the plane. So when you arrive, you might be asked any of this document at the port of entry. You might ask any of this document. They might not even ask it. Sometimes, in most cases, they ask for your I-20 and your passport, right? So they just do scan your visa, scan your passport, scan the I-20, and you're in, okay? But at some point in time, they try to validate, are you saying the truth? So they will ask you for the passport, the I-20, and then they can ask you for the admission letter from the school, right? They can ask you for the proof of financial support, show us the bank statements. Okay. Now you need to know that the person at the port of entry is also actually authorized to deny you entry. And they can do that, right? Easily. They're actually authorized to do that if they've got any reasonable doubt to doubt you that you're not legit. So all these documents, you will be looking for these documents just to prove that you're legit. Okay. It's not something to truly say, oh, they're going to punish you for this or what. They're just checking, right? Checking, make sure that everything is okay. So make sure you have these documents with you on your carry-on luggage, okay? Your I-20, your passport with the visa, make sure you have them, right? And once you get it here, some of the things that you really need to do quickly is opening your bank account, open a bank account, and make sure you come with some cash, right? Either you come with a credit card with some money, or you also come with actually with some cash, physical cash, but cash doesn't work in most cases. So we just bring if you have a debit card or a credit card that works internationally, that might work in the United States of America, bring it, okay? Bring it also. That will be very, 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 very critical for you to have that, okay? But when you come, just open your bank account as soon as possible. You can open your bank account, at banks like Chase, it's in almost every state, maybe 47 of the states. If you're an international student, it's easy to work with them for them to open your bank account. And bring some cash. If you're coming on a loan and a scholarship, your loan and scholarship might be dispersed within 30 to 60 days. So bring some money to cover for rentals, for living expenses in those 30 days to 60 days. Okay, make sure you come with some cash, maybe $1,000 to 1,500 if your rentals are within the range of 400 to 500. Okay, and make sure you budget as soon as you come to America. Don't just use your money. Don't just spend your money. They'll give you maybe 15,000 back even after giving you the loan. They'll give you a living expense of 15,000, 12,000, maybe 9,000, maybe 19,000, maybe 12,000. That money that you're being given, you are supposed to use it for the next 12 months. So it's not like, okay, I've been given this money now. I can do whatever I want with it. I'm going to buy a car. I'm going to buy this, buy that without budgeting and seeing if you're going to be okay and you have food, housing, transportation, and other living expenses like internet for the next 12 months. Okay. So if you're given $15,000, don't just spend it, squander it, or use something so much like a big expenditure that you're going to do. Make sure you are going to budget that money very well. And also be quick to make sure that your tuition is covered. So even if you're on a loan or a scholarship, make sure that the scholarship organization or the loan organization is working towards covering your tuition in real time, that the paperwork is working out, that your loan, if it is a loan, has been certified. Usually they will certify your loan because what it means is they will say this month or this year we're giving it this much. So that's what we call certification. Make sure that happens very, very fast, right? Make sure that happens very, very, very fast. And also remember, living expenses, California is very expensive. New York is very expensive. Okay. Other places, Texas, Arizona, yeah, they're okay in terms of their expenses. They're not that big or expensive as California and New York are. Okay. And then your housing, make sure you get a house before you even start to move from Africa. Make sure you get your housing sorted while at least you are still in Africa, right? And those people who might ask, okay, should I be on campus? Should I not be on campus? On campus, usually, it will be expensive. It will be more expensive, more convenient. It will be closer to the school, a lot of help, support, but also it comes with an expense, okay? It comes with a huge expense. So usually off campus is going to be cheaper. It might be a bit far from the school, just like even back home, right? When you stay a bit far from the school, it's a bit cheaper, but you travel. Sometimes you take the train, you take the bus. Okay. But make sure you are somewhere where you can afford. That's the most important thing. Make sure you're somewhere where you can afford. And also make sure that you can go to school easily, cheaply. Maybe there's a train connection, maybe there's a public bus connection, or maybe you're going to school with the school bus because it's coming from one location to another. Okay, make sure that happens. And that takes me to transportation. So I've already explained it. Transportation, make sure that it's easier for you to move either with the train, take an Uber, it's cheaper, you're closer, you're nearby, or you're going to drive, whatever you're going to do, make sure that you really know about the transportation issue that you're dealing with, right? And then when it comes to driving, it's not difficult to take a driver's license in the US, either you can go to a school where they teach you how to drive for the next, say, 10 weeks or 8 weeks, and then they write you a recommendation letter that, oh, now you can drive, give him a license. That's how it works here. Or you can actually literally go to a driving test, right? You train, and then you go to a driving test, and then if you use the government offices, it might cost you about $10 to $15 to actually do that. The whole process maybe will be less than $50, and then you get a driver's license. You can also use, there are private companies which are contracted by the government to do this, they'll be a bit expensive. Maybe they'll charge you $150 to do this if it is in Arizona. But still, it's easy to get a driver's license. It's not as difficult as people might be thinking, right? But because you're coming as a student, make sure you're preparing academically, right, for your orientation. Make sure you have registered for your courses. Some of you right now, you are being asked to register for courses. If you are coming in January, already you're being asked, yeah, you register for this course, register for that course, right? So make sure you are familiarizing with the tool that your school is using, the platform that the school is using for communication, right? Either they communicate through a portal and understand that portal, and make sure you have registered for your classes. Ask your questions, write emails back. If you've got questions to the academic advisors, they will help you. But make sure that you're actually doing that, and you're doing it very, very well. And you are on top of this game, right? Now, there's a lot of cultural adjustment that you need if you're coming to the USA. A lot of it. Some of the things are petty, some of the things are really, big for you. Some of them are small, but still in your eyes, they're too big. So you really need to be prepared for cultural shock, cultural change, cultural whatever you want to call it, but there's going to be a huge cultural shift for you and for your mind. For example, if you go into the supermarket, they use barcodes. You have to scan a barcode to get a discount and things like that. So you're leaving your information to them so that you get a discount, right? And also everything is on a discount. They just speak of discounts here. It's a cultural shock that you might not have experienced if you are coming from Europe or from Africa. But that's what America do. Americans, they believe in discounts a lot. There's a lot of cultural shock. People don't greet each other on subways. They don't greet each other on the way. People just cross each other. No one says hi. No one says good morning. So if you're coming from Africa, where everyone almost like, hey, how are you doing? Oh, I'm seeing you. Oh, yeah, you're dressing nice. Here, people just cross you, right? They just walk past you. It's not like somebody is ignoring you. It's just that the culture does not greet each other. They don't greet each other while they're walking. But if you greet them, oh yeah, they will be excited. Hey, how are you doing? God, my name is so and so, right? They are very loud, but they don't just come and greet you. Okay. So there are a lot of cultural norms, costumes that you need to learn while you're coming to the US. All right. So make sure you research a little bit, or you listen to people. Even when you come here, you listen to people, what they're telling you, and or how different it is, right? For example, in New York, it's a very fast-paced environment. Okay. Very, very fast-paced environment. But other places like Texas, they're not as fast-paced as New York. Arizona is not as fast-paced as New York. So there are huge differences. There are huge differences between these states. America is huge, it's big, and every state has got its own way of doing things, right? And then healthcare, make sure you've got the healthcare insurance. If you're on a scholarship, usually to also cover this. Healthcare insurance for students might be between the range of $2,500 to $3,000 a year, okay? So make sure you research a little bit about health insurance. And legal compliance is very important. Make sure you are actually upholding your status. Make sure that whenever you take courses, you're taking the minimum required courses for you to remain on an F1 visa, which is usually 12 credits per semester. Okay, and make sure you are actually abiding with those laws, because if you breach your F1 visa requirements, then your status is also jeopardized because you're coming in here as a student. Okay, unless if you have changed your status once you have arrived to this place, right? And state by state, they're different. Some of them are more stricter when it comes to immigration laws for students. Some of them are more relaxed. And a lot of things just happen. Some of things happen at federal level. Some of the things happen at state level. But if you have got an F1 visa, you are under the federal law, because your F1 visa was issued by the federal government, not by the state. So you have to abide to every law that the federal is talking about. So for example, in other states like Arizona, smoking weed, right? Smoking weed is actually legalized, right? If you're smoking weed, it's legalized in Arizona. But if you are on an F1 visa, you're not supposed to smoke weed. because the federal law does not allow people to smoke weed. So that's some of the things that you really need to understand, some of the complexities which literally do come with having the federal law and then the state law. So the state here in Arizona allows its people to smoke weed, but if you are an F1 student, you're not under just the state law, you are under the federal law. So now you cannot just smoke weed because your visa does not allow you to do so because your visa was issued by the federal government. Okay. So there, yeah, so you need to always understand things like that. And now there's a lot of things to do with networking and support. So networking works very, very big in America, right? Everything works on the network that you have. So as soon as you come here, make sure you learn what is called networking. Make sure you connect with people, you get meaningful connections. That's what you need, right? And that's how you get jobs, okay? Join organizations at your schools about international students, about your country if they have a club, or your continent if they have a club, like maybe there's an Africa business club at a school. Join that one, right? Connect with a lot of people, network, and that's how you survive as an international student, and that's how you create connections to then get jobs in the future, right? Yeah, so make sure you participate in this organization that will be hosting cultural exchange events. That will help you a lot. Okay, let's talk about emotional preparedness, right? Emotional preparedness. So because there's a huge cultural change, you should also be prepared to have a lot of emotional changes, you know? So you have to be emotionally prepared, right? Be prepared to be homesick. And sometimes you might actually have cultural shock. You will miss your home country just because you have been there for years, right? And now when you're coming here, things look different. So you might be homesick. You might really think, oh my God, I just wish, you know what, I was home. I just wish this was happening this way, and a lot of other things, right? So be prepared for that and call people home as much as you can through video calling. That will help you too. Right? Okay. And then there are huge differences in terms of weather. Okay. There are huge differences in terms of weather. So let's talk a little bit about that. So there are places which are really, really cold. Like they've got what they call harsh winters, okay? Like places like Minnesota, even New York. These places are really, really cold when it comes to their winters, right? And then there are some states which are known for their extremely hot summers, right? Like Florida, Arizona, and sometimes some parts of Texas. Arizona is very hot, really, really very, very hot, right? Like there's no freezing, there's nothing like that. The temperatures are just up, and during their summer, it's extremely, extremely hot. So you need to make sure that you're drinking a lot of water and you're well hydrated. Okay. All right. Florida is also hot, but also Florida is, affected by these weathers like hurricanes, whatever, which always come like flooding. There's always flooding and things like that. So you need to be conscious about this. Where are you going? Is it ever flooded before? What type of clothes should I wear? Because the weather will determine the type of clothes that you wear. If you're going to a place with harsh winters, you need those coats. You might even need to take and buy electric jackets and things like that. But if you're going to come to Arizona, maybe you just need to make sure that the car that you buy is an air conditioner, right? So that they can chill your air, all right, for you. Okay, so these are the things that I have already mentioned. Right? Yeah, then yeah, again, food. I think on food, what I really wanted to talk about was the type of groceries that you should buy. So there's Walmart. Walmart here is one of the largest provider of groceries and other things, right? And it's cheaper. So a lot of people, you start with Walmart. Just find where the Walmart is, buy almost whatever you want. If you want some pots, you want some food, whatever you need, Walmart most likely might have it. If you need those, blankets, juvers, and things like that, Walmart might have them at a very good price. So Walmart is the first place for you to actually get into and do some shopping before you start to understand about other shops, about other places. Right. So yeah, this is just an overall understanding for you to have an understanding of what will it look like, what to carry, what to do when you come here. But at the end of the day, America requires you to come with a plan. You need to have a plan. Once you are here, the first 3 to 6 months, make sure you come up with a plan where you say, I'm going to do this for the next whatever years or months, and I will get to that place. And for me to do that, I'm looking for partners, for helpers, for people who can help me to do that. And that's how you win in America. You need a plan that you are going to execute. You have to execute the plan. And as you execute the plan, you will tend to win. Okay, questions, guys. If you've got questions now, I want to address questions. Let me check here if I do have questions. Okay, I'm not seeing any question here. Okay, I'm not seeing any question. If you've got some questions on YouTube, please can you type them in? Type them in. Yeah. And we're helping people to migrate as F1 students, guys. Do not forget that it's free. It's free. What we're doing is we're not charging you anything to help you do the applications. And by doing the applications, I mean we find a school for you. We write letters of recommendation, write essays for you. And then once you are admitted, we help you to find scholarships and funds. So once you get the scholarships and the funds, we do coach you to actually go to the embassy and stand a better chance to get a visa. Okay, so that's what we do. But we do all these things for free. What you need to do yourself is to pay the application fee, pay for the service fee, pay for the visa fee, and pay for your flight tickets and come to America. Okay, that's all you need to do. But we're helping people. Reach out to our numbers, reach out to us on there's a link, a link that can take you to a place where you can actually submit your application. If you're not in one of our WhatsApp groups, please join one of our WhatsApp groups so that you receive communication as fast as possible whenever you need it. If you're not in our WhatsApp groups, please join. Make sure you join some of our WhatsApp groups because we need you to be in a place where you can ask questions and they can be answered. Right. Guys, questions? Anyone with questions right now? Anyone with questions right now? If you've got some questions, guys, I would love to address them. I would love to answer them. I would just love to answer them right now for you. Bring in some questions. Thank you, more. I'm seeing more writing connected. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Right. Yeah, so this is how it looks like. But if you've got any questions right now, let me know. I'll be happy to address those questions right now.